Hi, I'm Jonathan Shute, and I love Cow Evolution. Cow Evolution is probably one of the best games that has ever been released. It's extremely addictive and has in it all of the qualities that you need in a really good game. When I first started playing this game, I was spending hours on it. Fusing cows, having to sit by a power outlet because my battery was dying, and as I was doing it, I realized that eventually I was going to have to go to sleep. This was a really disconcerting thought because I was spending all of this time infusing my cows, and then there was going to be 8 hours that goes by and no cows are getting fused. There was only one solution to this problem. I had to write a program that would play the game for me while I was asleep.
Here we are, in the future, with my No Cow Left Behind program in full effect. On the left is Cow Evolution, and on the right is the program I wrote that identifies the location of boxes and cows. Essentially what's happening is the program is looking at Cow Evolution, and it is identifying blobs of images that are different than the background. And it then finds the blob that's furthest away from a herding point. Right now I'm herding all of the cows to the top part. Every time a box drops down, it picks that up and it drags it over there. If two boxes were in the vicinity, it would go for the furthest away box. And it just continually does this, stacking the cows on top of one another, fusing them together forever. So you're probably wondering how you can do it. Well, first, you need to download this thing called Bluestacks. Bluestacks is a program that lets you emulate an Android device on your computer. I used Bluestacks because I wanted to write the program that I was going to use to analyze cow evolution in Matlab. While there are a ton of different programming languages that you could write this program in, I chose to do it in Matlab because Matlab's easy to write in, and I was able to write this entire program from start to finish in less than 5 hours. Now let's get down to the meat and potatoes of what's actually going on behind all of this. We have a bunch of cows and boxes on a screen, but we have no idea where they are. We take a picture of the farm that has no cows or boxes on it, and we compare that to the current image that's being presented by the game. And the result is this. Now we can see the boxes, they really stand out, but there's a bunch of other stuff that also stands out. So first we want to do a little bit of processing. Let's start by getting rid of the farm, the fencing, all of that extra stuff. That leaves us with a bunch of small blobs and big blobs, but we don't really care about those small blobs. There's no cow that's that small, so we can get rid of anything that's not at least a certain size. Now that we are only looking at objects which we think might either be cows or boxes, we have to say, how many cows or boxes are there actually on the screen? The way how I define an object is I say, if a pixel is touching another pixel, then it's part of the same object. So that huge blob on the bottom, that's all one object. That big cluster on the top left that represents a box, that's one object. I find the center of each one of those objects, and I consider that to be a point of interest. Now, when I put labels on the screen, you can see that the centers represent the location of boxes or cows. At this point, you tell the computer to click all of the centers and drag them to a specified area.